assistant professor with a toddler and a newborn. And I've been at this university now for nearly 30 years, which I keep track of by the age of my now adult sons. Like most academic faculty, I play a variety of roles at the university, from teaching and advising undergraduate and graduate students to mentoring junior faculty and ensuring the smooth operations of my department and planning strategically for its future. But my greatest passion has always been my research and writing, and my collaborators, many of whom are current and former students. As was mentioned, my research focuses on the social determinants of psychological well-being. And currently I have 3 projects which I'll mention briefly. One concerns the psychological effects of the global pandemic and why it has hit socially disadvantaged populations the hardest. Another looks at how popular conceptions of mental illness shape prejudice and discrimination towards people who are perceived to be mentally ill. And the third project is engaging with people who are diagnosed with psychiatric disorders to bring their distinct voices into the conversation about how we can improve the mental health care system and the larger society of which it is a part. And this third project is nearest and dearest to my heart because I identify so closely with the people I interview. Nearly 40 years ago, when I was a college student, I was overtaken by a terrible mental illness. Slowly and insidiously, my brain stopped functioning. I could not read, I could not write, I could not even speak coherently. And as horrible as that was, I am actually an incredibly fortunate person, owing to the mental health care that was available to me then. I was able to stay in an amazing facility and work with a wonderful, beloved Dr. Bean and team of professionals to allow me to recover my mind, come back to college, go to graduate school, come to UNR, and build myself up to a full professor, and now stand here on this stage. And it's remarkable. Because of this life-altering experience that I had, I'm also a member of the Legacy Society, as was mentioned. I founded a scholarship for UNR students who struggle with mental illness. And it is a fund that is growing steadily, even though I am very much alive, because many of my friends and family and myself have donated to it, and I see some of the donors here, thank you. And if college student mental health is a cause that is near and dear to you, I've made it very easy for you to donate. I have a website, martaelliott.com/donate. And that doesn't go to me, that goes to the foundation. I thought it was an appropriate moment to mention it. By now you're probably getting a feel for why this is such an extraordinarily meaningful honor for me, given how improbable it was at one time that I would be standing here. Being a professor here at UNR is, as we say in sociology, my master status or distinguishing characteristic. I take it very seriously, sometimes too seriously. Often I think that my research is probably the most important thing happening in the world. At UNR, I have been free to flourish. I've made mistakes and learned from them. I've been able to venture in new directions and ultimately really fulfill my potential as a sociologist. And with the financial and the moral support of this Foundation Professor Award, I feel renewed energy and vigor to do even more. I want to just take a moment to thank a couple of people who couldn't be here today. Of course, my mother, who is incredibly proud of me. She's too frail to travel now. She's a retired professor. And my father was also a professor. His life was cut short, but not before he was able to imprint on me his lovely spirit and his faith in me, which have given me the courage to pursue these ideas and come to where I stand today. Finally, I want to thank my beloved Derek and my dear friends, Yvonne and David and many other friends I see out here, too many to mention. And of course, the foundation and everyone who donates to it. Thank you for giving me this honor, and thank you to all the donors for supporting us as faculty so that we can continue to make such a powerful and positive impact on our students, our programs, and through our socially impactful research.